everybody, it's Valerie from Stampin' with Valerie. Welcome to Update Tuesday. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Today I am going to make a card similar to the card that Stampin' Up! Shared with us. The reason I can't make the exact card is because they shared some inspiration from the brand new catalog, and I can't show you any of that stuff because I don't have it. So we actually just were able to do our pre-order today, and the set that they used I will be able to use soon, but not today. Hopefully by the end of the week I should have everything and I can show you all of my new stuff. I'm trying to get my video to pull up here and it's just not working. I don't know what my problem is. It could just be me. So if you are on, say hello. I'll try to take a peek at my phone every now and then while I'm waiting for this to pull up. Oh, there we go. Let's see if my video is gonna pull up. No, because I'm not on the correct page. Oh my goodness, come on, Val. What am I thinking? I am on the wrong page and I need to share it with my group. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, anyway, so we're going to use the Painted Poppies, Peaceful Moments, and what are these? These are the Poppy Moments. I always have a hard time remembering because there's painted labels, Painted Poppies, and then Peaceful Moments, and so many different things. So we're actually going to do 2 cards today. It still won't pull up. Let's close Facebook out. I know you all are like, come on, Val, you're so technically not with it. And that's how I'm feeling right now. It's been a crazy day. All right, there we go. Now I can share it with my group. Share it with my group. Get so that everybody can see it. All right, share. Share. Yay, I did it. Oh my goodness. So we're going to start with we're going to start with the first card. So what they were showing us today is kind of that beginner crafter, beginner / casual, and then moving on to a more of an avid crafter. So they started with a piece of a cardstock, fold that in half. I chose Poppy Parade since we were using poppies, and I've got a couple of the die cuts from those. Oh, see, and I, again, can't remember the name of it. Poppy Moments. I had it right in my head. It just wasn't coming out of my mouth. Poppy Moments dies. And we're going to do the more basic card first, and then we'll do the more in-depth cards second. So what they did was we're going to use a couple of different inks all together today. Right now, we're just going to start with Old Olive, and we're going to stamp a couple of leaves to go with our poppy now. I'm thinking our poppy we'll kind of put over here. So I kind of want to just gauge where I want to put my leaves. And they don't have to be perfect. They don't even have to be perfectly aligned because we may turn our flower around anyway. Maybe we'll do a couple down this way so we have a couple extra leaves. We'll just do a couple toward the corner. And I'm not going to fill them in. I'm going to just leave them basic like this, just outlined with that Old Olive. Now you can fill them in with the stamp set when we do the next one. I'll show you. We'll fill them in, and they'll be so cute. They'll be all filled in, and that's kind of like the next level up. So we're gonna stamp a sentiment as well, and I think I'm going to use a 1/2-inch strip, and I didn't want to cut it yet because I want to make sure this fits on there first. The congratulations is what we're going to use because I'm going to be needing some graduation cards, so I figure using the congratulations will be perfect. I think I need to re-ink my, there we go, just didn't have it inked up enough. And then I'm just going to cut this on an angle just to give it something a little bit different. We'll set that memento aside because we're going to use all these stamps again. We're just going to add something to them every time. So make sure you say hi when you pop on. I see Laura's on. Hi, Laura. Hi, Donna. We're just gonna put this on there flat. So I'm just gonna use some snail adhesive. Again, Tombow works great. You could use the Tombow for this stage too if you want to. Hi, Lois. How are you? All right, and then I'm gonna actually, let me just look at their photo real quick. They did do it flat, which I thought they did. So we're just gonna take this, the flower, and do that flat as well. Because this is, like I said, this is kind of your beginner / intermediate card. And then for this piece, you just gotta make sure you, well, you don't have to make sure, you can do it kind of at an odd angle if you want to, but just kind of, I'm gonna line it up. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of, a few dots of Tombow glue on there. And just glue that down. And then we've got our little center for the flower. We'll do the same thing. We'll just add a couple of dots or a dot of Tombow on there. And try not to flip it over and glue it to your mat or your workspace like I just did. Hi, Kathy, how are you? All right, once you've got that done, then we can add our little sentiment. And now because this is on white, it's kind of, you know, white on white, I'm gonna try to put it a little more over the flower. So I'm just gonna use a couple of mini dimensionals. I'm just gonna put one at this end. Actually, we'll just put three, one in the center and one at each end. And stick those on there. Now, of course, if you wanted to do it flat, you could. It would be, you could just actually stamp directly on here and you wouldn't even have to worry about it since it's already Whisper White. And so there's our congratulations. And so that's kind of what the first card looks like, except they added a couple of embellishments. And I'm gonna use some of these frosted and clear epoxy drops. But I have some of the smaller ones that they sent us in a paper pumpkin. And since I only have one small one left on here, I'm just gonna use some of these small ones that were sent in a paper pumpkin. They're the exact same thing. They're just that small size. Just add a couple on here wherever you wanna put a little bit of bling. So that would be your first card if you're doing like a beginner card. Now, if you wanna step it up a notch, we're gonna do that right now so you can see that. Basically, we're gonna start with the same card base and we're gonna add a couple of extra little things to it to kind of make it pop. So the first thing that we're gonna do is add a piece of designer series paper. Now this designer series paper is from the Brights collection and it is 6x6. So you get 48 sheets in there of all the colors that are in the Brights color collection. Now, if you like these prints, you need to order those now because they will be leaving soon. Because these are this year's prints and we'll still have the Brights collection of paper, but it's gonna have different prints on it. So it won't be the gingham and this stitch diamond pattern. And I'm trying to think what the other pattern is. Oh, it's the other pattern, which is on all of your papers, is the words, and then this, I don't even know what you call that. Mosaic, maybe, I guess it's like a mosaic type. All right, so go ahead and just put your sheet of designer series paper down, and you can always do a different color. That's fine. I'm just kind of going with what they did just to make it similar or as similar as possible. Then instead of the full piece of Whisper White, they just used a little square. Now we're gonna do the same thing with stamping of the leaves. So I'm gonna just set this aside and put this over here so I can make sure when I stamp off this corner, I don't get it all over. And then just kind of, again, set your flower, your main flower piece down that you've cut out so you know about where you want your leaves. Now it's not going to be exactly the same as that, but as close as I can get it. And then we will take this piece. This piece is going to be dotted up with dimensionals. So before we do that, let's put our flower together, because that way we can get everything ready and then get it all put together up there. All right, so we've got our center. We also have this piece here. And again, just play around until you get it so you know which way it's going, basically. Put a little bit of glue on the back. Stick it on. Do the same with your floral centerpiece. And now for something different, instead of just having this flower on here, we're going to stamp this smaller flower as well. And I'm going to stamp it in Poppy Parade. After I get some Poppy Parade on my fingers, because why wouldn't I do that, right? And I want it kind of coming out from the flower, so I'm just going to put it right here next to those leaves. And then I also have a die cut for that, so it kind of, I'm just going to kind of lay it over top of that flower. And I'm not going to glue down the edges. Now this is not perfect, and that's okay. I'm also going to take this stamp, which is kind of the filler. Make sure I get that inked up good, because I think my pad is getting a little bit dry there. And I'm just going to work my way around here and just kind of watercolor fill it in. Now that's definitely bigger than that flower, and that's okay, because we're just kind of going for filling it in. And since this die cut is a little bit bigger, it's perfect. Kind of goes over the top of it. Then we've got some little pieces. I just cut out some of these other little centers, and I'm just going to cut this in half. And I'm just going to glue both of these right to this floral center, so they're popping out from that, the center of the flower there. Kind of gives it, I want to kind of offset them a little bit, so we've got more of the little seed pods or stamens or whatever you call those. I think they're called. Look at me going back to like science from when I was in grade school. And I should have layered them before I put them on. No, they don't want to stick together. Okay, there we go. Perfect, right? Perfect. All right, good enough. It's good enough, because it keeps sticking to my fingers. I'm gonna end up with glue everywhere. Then we'll add this flower on with a couple of dimensionals. And we're also gonna add in some extra leaves that I die cut. So we're starting with the same, pretty much the same, close to the same. Let me find my regular size dimensionals here. We'll just get this flower on here. And actually we should probably glue some of our, let's glue some of our extra little pieces down as well. But you know what? Getting ahead of myself. I need to get this attached to our card first. Then we can move on with that little step. Cut some of these edges, because you never want to waste those edges. Always stick them on there. So how many of you, I've probably asked this before, have this stamp set or are planning to order it at some point? It's a fantastic set. I believe it's carrying over into the new catalog, although I don't think the bundle will carry over. So if you want to get it with the bundle, you have to do that now to save that 10%. And I'm going to put this right in the center, or as central as I can get it anyway. Then we'll glue some of our leaves on here. This way we can have them kind of coming off the edge and we don't have to worry about it. going farther than the edge of, I should have cut this one off before I put glue on it. It's pretty long. Add that one on there, and then we'll put the flower on, and then we'll see if we want to add any more. We'll turn it this way. And then we can add a couple more little pieces, I think. Hi Sherry, how are you? Lois says she has the sets. It's one of her favorites. I know, I love this set too, Lois. It's one of my favorites as well. I'm gonna stick these underneath here so that you have some extra ones coming out. These are just pretty long, so I'm trying to, and I think that's enough. I don't think we need any more leaves. We'll add a couple of those little embellishments. And then I think I'm going to add a little bow on here somewhere too with some of the old olive baker's twine, which I really love the old olives baker's twine. I think it's just pretty. Now, when I get my stuff at the end of the week, I cannot wait to do a video and show you guys everything that I ordered. Now, I was pretty good. I didn't order everything from the pre-order like I usually do. I was pretty restrained, I think. But then I looked at my invoice and I was like, yeah, I ordered a little bit more than I thought I ordered, but it's okay. Because, well, the invoice was long anyway. I was like, that's all right. It's all gonna be good because everyone needs to see what some of the new stuff is that's coming. And so I figure it's always good to share that with everyone. All right, so I use a glue dot. I'll just stick this right to the glue dot. And now the glue dot is a little bit bigger, so if I kind of scoop it from the bottom, it kind of pushes that in. So it's all underneath that little knot. I'm just gonna add that little bow over here. And we're done. Isn't that adorable? I love how that turned out. How you can start with something extremely, I say extremely basic, even though you did die cuts. Now you could do just stamping as well, because you could stamp just the flower and the extra leaves and all of that and not worry about anything else. Ooh, I didn't even put a congratulations on there, so I'm not even done. All right, let's stamp congratulations. Didn't even realize I didn't put that on there. And I was gonna fill in the leaves too, and I didn't do that either, but we added the extra die cut leaves, so that's all right. I'm gonna do the same. I'm just gonna cut that off on an angle. It'll kind of be going a little bit over that bottom flower. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna use the mini dimensionals on the back of this one. We've already got our cute little embellishments on there, which these are one of my favorites, those frosted and clear epoxy droplets. And like I said, these tiny ones, I ran out. I only have one left on my package that I bought, but luckily, because these came in one of my paper pumpkins, I had extras of those. So that is another plus for paper pumpkin. You get extra little embellishments, and there's always, you always have something left. I have a little bit of adhesive right here from something, probably from the glue that I had on my finger, and now I'm gonna have to get it off with my little sticky. I don't know if any of you have one of these. We no longer sell them, but you can get them at Michael's. It's like a little gummy eraser thing, and it just gets that adhesive off. All this little dark stuff on here is where I've taken adhesive off from projects. So there is today's Update Tuesday. I hope you had fun watching. I hope you are excited about the new catalog that's going to be available for everyone to order from on June 4th. So just a little less than a month from now. So it's pretty exciting. I hope you are on my catalog mailing list. If you are not, please let me know and I will add you to my catalog mailing list so you can get one of the new catalogs. I ordered catalogs today, so hopefully they'll be here to me sometime next week. My other order with the products and stuff, that should be here by the end of the week, and I will be able to do a video and show you all of that fun stuff. So I absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you get a chance to shop on my website and look at some of the last chance products, because there are a lot of fantastic last chance products and you don't want to miss out on those. So have a good rest of your evening. Don't forget to join me tomorrow for One Card Wonder Wednesday, and I will see you then. Bye.